How y'all doing today? I always say when I come out, I want to look more presentable and YouTube friendly and cute. But I always find myself out here and having a conversation with the Lord, and I find myself wanting to talk to y'all out here. And I don't look cute. I just don't never look cute. And I understand. So if y'all just are like, she's not aesthetically pleasing, and she's not, she just doesn't, she don't do it for me. She don't look like a YouTuber. Then I guess you'll just have to subscribe to some other channel, because every time I find myself out here, I know I'm looking raggedy. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to bring something to y'all's attention in regards to everything that's going on as far as this racial tension and stuff going on. I was walking and I said, today I'm gonna walk a different way and go outside of my neighborhood to another neighborhood I kind of used to live in a couple of years ago, and just walk that way and see the differences in that neighborhood since we left it, what it's like. And so that's what I did. And I was almost down the street from where I used to live, and I was just looking, and I just thought, this part of town is just really, since we moved away, it's just really run down. Stuff's boarded up, and it just looks so different than it did when we lived there. And I was almost turning the corner to go back towards home, coming out of the old neighborhood, and I saw these people in a white car darting in and out of traffic. And I saw the police sort of hit the high beam on them, because it was police on the side of them and around them. The song just darting in and out, and they just sort of hit the high beam and sort of like flashed a warning, like hit, like did a warning honk of their horn, just like, slow down, slow down. And the people in the car saw the police, knew it was the police. It wasn't unmarked cars. They knew it was the police and kept proceeding to do whatever it was they wanted to do. Police was just like probably thinking, I warned you. So the policeman, it was two sets of police cars. One was unmarked and one was marked. The one that was unmarked pulled in front of the guy and was kind of blocking him, and then the police car that wasn't marked pulled behind the guy. And so they were honking and like, stop, trying to stop him. And it took them a while to go up the street, because he was still just driving, even though he knew it was a cop in front of him and a cop behind him, and he was still going on and on and on. So they were like, stop. And finally they get out of the car. The policeman behind them get out of their police car, and they're like, stop. And finally they stop, and a guy, not the guy that was driving, but another guy that was on the passenger side, he gets out the car and he raises his hands in the air, and they're like, get back in the car, get out. But before when they saw him reaching for the door to get out, they were yelling, don't get out, don't get out the car, don't get out the car, get back in the car, get back. I mean, for like 30, 40 seconds, they're yelling at this guy, just yelling. Get back in the car, don't get out, get back in the car, don't get out. He gets out, he lifts his hands up, and I'm like, what are you doing? Before you ever got out the car, they was telling you, don't get out. Don't get out. They saw you reaching for the handle. They're like, don't get out. No, I'm sitting here looking at this, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what if he has a gun? What if on my walk, I'm gonna get shot? I'm seeing this go down, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So he gets in the car. He gets back in the car, and I walk away from the scene. By this time, there are other police cars that pull up, and there's a guy on a motorcycle, policeman on a motorcycle. They all pull up and they're all, the guy on the police officer goes to the opposite side of the street to keep traffic flow going so there won't be any onlooker accidents and stuff, because they see people stacking up looking at this. So I see that, but then I see I'm kind of up where the unmarked car was, and there was a lady in the car, a lady policeman in the car, and something just struck me. I said, I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for y'all. I'm just praying, because this racial unrest has opened up a Pandora's box for the devil to do a lot with, to play a lot with. And we need to think going forward as people of God about every move we make. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. The two policemen in the car behind the man that was pulled over. The policeman riding on a motorcycle to help the others in the flow of traffic. The policeman, the lady policeman, in front of the two that was being detained, and the two in the white car. All of them look just like me. All of them look just like me. All of them were black. All the policemen, the two men in the car, me. All of them were black. So when they get booked, their car is impounded, they're processed, put in the back of the cop car, they go to jail. What are they going to say? Was it police brutality? Was it injustice? Do Black Lives Matter when all of the parties are black? They all were black. Not a white person around. Do Black Lives Matter when black people decide that they're not going to have any respect for authority and obey the laws of the land? When the policemen doing their sworn duty to keep the streets safe and the roads safe give you a clear-cut command and you're still rebellious? Ain't nobody tell me that. I saw it with my own eyes. I just walked past it. I saw the whole thing go down with my own eyes. What do we say? What do we say? How much is justified and how much is unjustified? And what are we doing to change it? We know what happened to George Floyd and Trayvon Martin, and Breonna Taylor. Got a long list. We want to see change. We want to see change. We want to see rights, wrong, right. We want to see things change. We want justice. We want equality. We want fairness. We want all of this stuff that we, by the way, are entitled to. But what if it is for us as a people? What if it is merely that we need to be obedient? What if for us it's just a matter of obedience? What if we could prevent some of these things from happening just by our obedience, just by our doing what we know is right, when we're told to do it, regardless of the color of the face who tells us? Some of these things right here, some of these things are our fault. We're just rebellious. The Bible says if we be willing and obedient, we shall eat the good and the fat of the land. But we're eating the fruit of our disobedience right now, in every way. We won't submit to any authority. We won't submit to black. We won't submit to white. We won't submit. Just won't submit. We just gonna do whatever we want to do. We are ushering in an age of anarchy. We're anti-everything. We anti-black, and we black. We anti our own people. We can't even do what's right when our own people tell us. But we expect to be respected. We expect people to respect us. Black Lives Matter. I've said it 1,000,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000,000 times more. Black lives matter. When all black lives matter to all black people. When we start respecting each other, black lives will matter to everybody else. But until they matter to us, we have nothing to say. And until we can submit to the authority of Christ, we will have the anarchy and the chaos and the murders. We will see all we're seeing, and we'll see it to an even greater level. This is nothing compared to what's coming. And I've been talking about what's coming for months now. This is the beginning of what's coming. And if we are unwilling to submit to authority in any way, if we just keep putting our hand up to Jesus like this and saying, Barabbas, come on, Barabbas, come on, Satan, come on. We're going to get what we're asking for. And we won't have anybody to blame but ourselves. Just for the Lord's sake, be reconciled to God and do what the Lord tells you to do. Honor Him by doing what you know is right. And do it quickly, because in this day and age, there's very few do-overs. You don't always get a chance to do it over again. Do what you know is right the first time, and every time you get the opportunity to do what's right. Today, if you hear His voice, harden not your heart. He's talking to you today. Don't be rebellious. Don't be rebellious. I'm praying for those policemen. I'm praying for people in the car. I'm praying for this spirit of rebellion and witchcraft. I'm praying. Y'all pray with me. Y'all pray for me. I'm praying for you. do what's right, love God, love people, and do what's right. Look at every color of every face that's telling you what's right, and mark them as of the Lord, because the Lord is right, and all of his ways are right. Get past the color and see the spirit of this. See the spirit of all of it. The Lord is right and the devil is wrong. Period. And all of the agents are either right or wrong. All the angels are either right or wrong. The devil is roaming to and fro throughout the earth, seeking whom he may devour. And he is filled with wrath, for he knows his time is short. Do what's right. God bless y'all. Y'all be safe, be careful. Get in the Word of God and don't get out. Love y'all.